Hi, my name is Shannon Haddock, and I'm a fiction specialist at the Hoover Library. My latest book that I'm finishing up is a really different book for me. It's by Grady Hendrix, who wrote My Best Friend's Exorcism in 2016. His newest book is The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. It came out in 2020 with a lot of rave reviews. I put it off and then decided to listen to it, and I'm so glad I took it in hand. Um, it is a kind of horror, and humor mixed together as he's known for in his books. Um, it takes on the '90s housewife and the underappreciated woman. During this time, these women, board housewives in South Carolina, suburban Charleston to be exact, the old village, the upper crust. They decide to meet and form a true crime book club. They start reading Anne Rule. They start reading other Helter Skelter, things like that, and they really, really like it. They get into great discussions. One of the women lies and says it's a Bible study group, so their husbands allow this. Um, and each one is there for a different reason. They've all got very different personalities. This story is told from the perspective of Patricia, Patty. Patty has two children becoming teenagers, and she's somewhat bored. So, as they are getting more and more into over the few years, these true crime horrors, a new person moves into the neighborhood. He's kind of seen as unseemly and not fitting into the neighborhood. And then months later, a series of horrible events um, happens to Patricia in her home, in and around her home, involving her mother-in-law who has moved into their house, involving the neighbor, and just horrible. Her neighbor ends up like biting her ear off, part of her ear off, and she has all these things happen in a very short amount of time, and she concludes that there is a dangerous force in the community. Um, when she starts investigating, she finds that young Black children are either disappearing, committing suicide, or seemingly involved in drugs, very, very young children. So she starts investigating and she gets the book group involved. Um, the women don't want to take this on, but they want to protect their children more than anything. The story becomes more and more complex as time moves on. Patricia is forced to abandon the project, and then years later, it is brought to the forefront when her own child is involved in the mysterious happenings. Some of the book is a little bit gruesome, and it's very intricate and very atmospheric. You'll really like the writing style. I do anyway. Um, I'm really feel a lot for the character of Patricia. Grady Hendrix is a great author. I do know they're making a movie of My Best Friend's Exorcism, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Slaying Vampires is also becomes um, a movie also. So my recommendation is for Grady Hendrix's The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. You can get it here at the library in any format. I have enjoyed listening to it. I hope you enjoy it, and happy reading.